run away.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Manny here once again. Welcome back to DFS Zone, your source for daily fantasy sport lineup advice for the NFL, NBA, WNBA, and MLB. And of course, like always, I appreciate you guys dropping a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so down below. And don't forget to turn on those notifications. This way you do not miss any of my daily uploads. With that being said, today is Saturday, May the 26th, 2018, and we have one game in the association today. It's Game 6 between Houston and Golden State at Golden State. And before I go on and discuss this game and make some lineups here with you guys, last night's results, not too bad. I did the 5K GPP. I didn't do the bigger events. I think I told you guys that in the video yesterday. I finished in 946 place with my main lineup. One of my lineups got a 291.77, and I finished 291.77. Excuse me. I got $9 out of it. LeBron James, of course, like I said yesterday, had a ball out, and we all know, as fans, that he needed to step up and have a monster game, and he did just that. James 163.4 in the MVP spot. I had Rozier in the star spot. He gave me 70.65. Then I had Mr. Smart. I tried to mix it up. I had Mr. Smart in the pro spot. He got me 34.32. Baines let me down. Once again, that's the second time in a row I've chosen him, and he has not been on the floor often enough or more than enough necessary for me to gain points out of him. But he gave me 6.8, which is a complete dud. Carver came through, slightly with a 16.6. The top score was 330, which was monstrous, obviously because of James. 8 players tied for first in the 5K. They each got $1,500 apiece, so congratulations to the 8 players last night with that 330.57 score. They had James in the top spot, of course, 163.4. Rozier, just like myself, in the 72nd spot with 70.65. They also had Mr. Smart as well. Excuse me, I am reading the wrong line here. Sorry about that. They had James 160. They had Rozier. They had Hill. Excuse me. They had George Hill in the pro spot. Nice mix up there. He put in a nice game, 43.32. Then they had Smart at 28.6. Then Jeff Green at 24.6. Obviously, Jeff Green was not going to produce 24.6 points last night. As soon as Love went down, obviously he benefited from those minutes. And again, congratulations to the 8 people that got it. The people that had Love, I did have Love in one of my lineups. It was actually the one lineup I didn't cash in. I did cash in 2 others with a 278, with a 288, excuse me. So it's disappointing that Kevin Love got hurt there. Thank goodness that Tatum didn't get hurt, because I did have Tatum as well in another couple of lineups. But nonetheless, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I'm not going to go over any more than that, but I mean, again, yeah, a little injury like that could propel somebody to come up, put up some big numbers and put up some big points and have some floor time like Jeff Green did, and it benefited those people that threw him in there as a value play, so good job there, and those individuals doing that. All right, diving into this slate, I mean, obviously the biggest news today, injury report, Chris Paul is out for this game, so what's going to happen here. They're playing in Golden State. James Harden is going to have to do a LeBron James. So you definitely got to have some Harden in your lineups today. Without Chris Paul, he's going to be the main, person to go to for scoring. This also does help Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. I think these guys are going to get a little bit more floor time as well as more touches, and they should definitely know that they got to come in there and they're going to have to step up and make plays today too. So we're going to target those guys. I think that's what everybody should be doing. Target those guys, and if you want anybody else that you can target out of Houston, I would say obviously you got to consider Capella and of course Ariza and and Gerald Green. I mean, some of those guys are going to get some time. Gerald Green is probably going to get more time than we think. But I think the uptick in minutes and as far as getting more shots off is going to go to Tucker, is going to go to Gordon. So definitely consider those guys. Okay, guys? All right, so let's go over here to the Cruncher for a moment. And you know, they got a new thing here with the Fantasy Cruncher, which I really like. They have now the Fanduel one-game slate, and so they have it already prepped already and analyzed for you, so that you can optimize the lineups as best as you can with the MVP, the star spot, the pro, and the guard and forward. So it's set up perfectly for these type of tournaments right now, for these GPPs. So I go to MVP. I already narrowed it down. I chose the guys that I would consider as an MVP, and then you have the star slot, and you have there the gentleman that I'm considering for star, pro, and then you got the guard and forwards. So when it comes down to the pool's 132, I have the pool down to 38 players within these categories. So I think this is a really cool tool and a new tool in place that they added here with Fantasy Cruncher. Definitely love this software. So anyway, Kevin Durant. So let's go to the MVP spot, and let's just let's start breaking it down. We obviously, even though they're playing in Golden State, we are targeting guys, definitely, for my regular viewers. We've been discussing this back and forth throughout the series and throughout the Boston series as well with Cleveland. You know, we're going to target obviously injuries. We're going to target obviously value plays. We are going to target those teams that are playing at home, because for whatever reason, most of these teams play fairly good at home. In the Boston-Cleveland series, it has come down to that each team cannot beat the other in their home court. So we'll see tomorrow if Cleveland can finally get over the hump here and win a game at Boston. Boston has not won a game, has not lost a game in the playoffs this season. So, I mean, they need to come up with a big game tomorrow so they can go to the NBA Finals. If not, Cleveland is going to go to the Finals once again. So, but in this series here, they have been splitting their time. Each team has beaten one another in their home floor. So James Harden has a chance today. If he balls out and he can get some support from his supporting cast of Capella, Gordon, Tucker, Ariza, and maybe even Gerald Green, they have a shot. But I am putting obviously my money on Golden State to move this game to a Game 7. And if Chris Paul is not ready by Game 7, I mean, man, Houston is in trouble. You know, so they're in trouble today, but I think Harden is someone we can definitely target. So let's focus on Golden State players first for a lineup. I think obviously you got to go right away to Steph Curry, and you can align him. At least for me, I got to see him in any one of these three. I can never see Steph Curry with the potential and the upside that he has, putting him in utility spot here, because then I'm just going up. I'm only using him for straight up fantasy points. It would be a tremendous difference. It will be definitely a difference maker if you put him in utility and you can nail down one or two subpar players having massive games in the star pro. But I just can't see it. I think when it comes to the MVP star spots, you definitely need two, very good offensive players that have tremendous upside. So Steph Curry's definitely in play there, at least in my opinion. At home, you could throw in there Durant, and then at this point you can go 3 Houston guys, because guys have to step up. At least that's the way I'm thinking today. I'm thinking maybe a 3-2 Houston stack. Definitely 1 or 2 lineups with Harden, and then of course maybe 1 or 2 or 3 lineups without him. This one right here, because of what we already have used, I would say I would not go with anybody else from Golden State. I will go with the 2 main offensive players. So that'll be Curry and Durant, and then I will go here definitely looking for someone in Houston. I mean, we can't go all the way to Harden, because we'll be really pressed. We will have to get 2 at 6,000 or 6,500. It could be done. I mean, let's say we could put Harden there. Let's just throw Harden in there just to see what comes up here. Then you can go Looney. You can go Looney here, and you got 6,500, and you can go with a Jordan Bell or a Gerald Green. So you could use your whole budget there, and you'll have 5 plays. I mean, that I could see that happening. I could see where you have 3-2 Golden State here with Looney, and then having just Gerald Green as a tremendous value play that may get an uptick in time on the floor in minutes today because of Chris Paul's injury. And then of course James Harden that's going to have to ball his butt off and maybe play 40 minutes today. especially if this game is close. If this game is close, James is going to be on the floor. You know, God forbid the man gets hurt. You know, I don't want no superstar player to get hurt, no player at all to get hurt. Seeing the guys get hurt last night, Love going down is terrible. You know, I mean, it definitely is. But nonetheless, Harden can get it done just like LeBron James got it done last night for Cleveland. So I mean, he can take over the game at any point, and I think he's going to need to do that. So this is not a bad play here. We'll take James out for a moment, and we'll get someone else here from Houston. And let's throw in there, let's say Capella has a good game. I would definitely jump all the way up to Eric Gordon. I can see Eric Gordon here in the pro spot and doing very well. And now you got 10,000 left. You can go to Clay, and now you got 3 offensive weapons, and then utility, one more guy. You can go PJ Tucker, and you get 2 solid shooters from Houston that definitely need to step up today. Or again, you could leave more money on the table, and you can go all the way to Gerald Green. I don't see anybody else from Houston. I mean, I don't think they're going to use Ryan Anderson at all. They have not used him at all in this series, or even a Joe Johnson. I mean, unless the game is completely out of control, that's where I can see one of those guys coming in. But for Houston, I think it's going to come down. Gerald Green is going to be a sneaky play here with this injury to Paul, and even Trevor Ariza may just get hot. One of those guys definitely gonna have to ball out, just like I said the last time these guys play. I said it in the video. One of these guys needs to step up, and Eric Gordon is the one who stepped up. PJ Tucker didn't have too bad of a game, and one of these 2 guys are gonna need to do so today, really bad, because if not, James Harden's gonna have a long, hard night. Not that he can't get it done, but it's gonna be a long night. All right. Let's switch this back up. Let's go with Harden again at the top. And let's go Steph Curry, and I say Draymond Green. Whoops, sorry. That's not what I want. Let's do this again. Harden, Steph, Green. Okay. And utility, you definitely need to get like a PJ Tucker. And then a 65, Gerald Green. Bam. Could work. Could see these guys lighting it up. Good possibility. You know? Harden, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, PJ Tucker, Gerald Green. The 2 greens there. Clear that up. Let's not go Draymond. You don't want to go Draymond. Go Clint Capella. Whoop. Let's put Capella in there. He had a nice outing the last time out. He came back to reality. He came back being the Clint Capella we saw in the Utah series and in the San Antonio series. 12, 14, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 33.8 fantasy points in 26 minutes. We need him to get to 30 minutes. He may be another surprising play. So I like Capella there. Sandwich Curry in there with Harden and Capella. Not bad. We still got 8,250. We could take a stab at Ariza. 42 massive minutes in the last game. If he can just put more points up, he's getting a lot of minutes. Massive minutes. Just not enough production. That's the whole thing with him. So I will go Tucker. And then you got 7,500. Definitely, I'm still feeling, Gerald Green here. And then just throw in there Gerald Green. Still got 1,000 left. If you don't want to go Gerald, you can go Livingston. If you don't want Livingston, then you go to Jordan Bell. If you don't want Jordan Bell, then you can go pay up all the way for Looney. And you still got $500 left. If Iguodala comes back, you know I'm all over Iggy. I love Iguodala. I will have some of him if he's definitely able to go tonight. Right now, he's still a game time decision, guys. So stay posted on that injury report. You can always lock in your lineups now, and you can always come back later about an hour, half hour before lock and make the switch if you hear any news on Iguodala being 100% ready to go. That's the way I'm looking at it. All right. Let's clear this up. We got a couple of lineups we went over there. Let's try to do something a little crazy here. All right. Let's go at the top. I could see I could see going Durant, Curry, and then bringing in a Gordon or a PJ Tucker in the pro spot. And then utility, throwing in there like a Clint Capella with I'm still feeling the Rocket guys, man. I think you just, even though they're in Golden State, I am going to target 3-2 and 4-1 stacks with Golden State in my lineups today, but I think I have to have a lineup of 2 where it's 3-2 Houston stacks, maybe even a 4-1, and utilizing these guys that need to step up because they have value, like an Ariza, like a Tucker, like a Gordon, and like a Gerald Green. Because with Chris Paul out, like I said already numerous times throughout this video, is that they need these guys. Somebody's got to step up, and the whole thing is we don't know which one of these guys is going to go off. That's what's so, you know, that's the big dilemma when you think about Houston. It's the same thing with Cleveland. That's why I was a little upset last night, like not getting it over the top in these picks, because you never know what's going to happen. Last night with Kevin Love's injury, obviously the folks that took a stab at Jeff Green benefited from him. Now, if Kevin Love was able to go and come back in that game, Jeff Green would have not put up 25, 24 fantasy points last night. He probably would have put up 6, 7, maybe 8. Those people were nowhere in line, but because they were willing to take a chance, they took it. And the hope was that Jeff Green was going to get some time on the floor, and he got some. I was not on Jeff Green at all. So it's the same thing here with Houston. You just don't know if Gerald Green is going to get this massive minute increase and then shoot the ball so well that they keep going to him, because we know he's offensive minded. He can definitely get crazy any given time. But he has to get in the flow of the offense and be able to get opportunities. So obviously the opportunities are there more so for Harden today. And then when he's in trouble, he's going to obviously look for Capella. So I think Capella, to me, and PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon are probably the best plays out of all the Houston Rocket players. So I got Capella here, and at 8,500, let's see if I can get any one of these guys. I have a chance to get Ariza. So I will go Ariza or not Gerald Green. So you can go here Ariza or just switch him to Gerald Green. And then you got there a 3-2 Houston Rockets stack with no Harden, of course, but you know, it's different. And like I said before, you have to be different. Let's put Harden here in the top slot. Let's put Curry there. And then I'm thinking, let's just go 4-1 here and let's see what happens. 4-1 stack here. Let's see if we can get Capella in here in that spot, and then bam, let's get Tucker. Yeah, I like that. Tucker, and get Gerald Green. Okay, I like that stack there. 4-1 Houston stack with Harden, Capella, Tucker, and Green. Or switch Tucker, and let's see if we can get Gordon. No, Gordon is 10. Yeah, 10 on the nose. You can go switch Gordon. There you go. You can do 2 separate lineups there. You can do a lineup here where you use all your budget. 4-1 Rocket stack with Harden, Capella, Gordon, and Green. Then you could take off Gordon. You could put in there Ariza. You could take off Gordon, do the same 4 again, and I'll put PJ Tucker. I like Gordon and I like Tucker. I think I'm going to use one of these two. and give it a stab tonight, and then maybe even switch this around. It's going to be tough for Houston. But I'm not afraid to put a lineup like this for $4.44 for a chance at 5K. I'll give it a crack. Why not? So you can go that route, and then if you're thinking basically really Golden State, then I would say Steph Curry or Durant, flip-flop them. Make one lineup with Durant here, make another lineup with Durant here. That's what I recommend. So we got Durant here. Let's go Curry. Let's go Clay. Or go Draymond. It's going to leave us really tight. But right here at these last 2, I will go with 2 Houston Rockets right here. I will go with Eric Gordon, and then bam, Gerald Green. There you go. Look at that. 3 potential monsters for Golden State. Triple-double guy here. A guy that can light you up for 50 plus. Another guy that can light you up for 50 plus. And then, of course, 2 guys that are probably going to get more time on the floor and more shots. more shot opportunities today for the Houston Rockets with the injury to Paul. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, and it's more. You know, there's obviously more guys. You can switch it up. You can use Bell here, Jordan Bell. You can use Looney. You can use, you know, Bai Mute. I think he's out of the rotation now. You can use maybe Nick Young. I just doubted on Young. I mean, but again, you know, it's just anything can happen. You can use David West. It's just all these things. It's just you just don't know, man. You know, you guys know. I'm sure a number of you have been playing as many games as I've been playing. I play 4 or 5 lineups a night in these GPPs, and then I play a few cash games. I make a little money in the cash games. I've been fortunate to have hit 5 out of the last 6 of these lineups over the last week. At least been getting some money back, or at least breaking even. But, you know, haven't hit the top spots. Obviously, we're all aiming for that top, you know, 5 or even a very top spot. I'll be willing to take a split with anybody. But it hasn't happened. So we just got to keep, just keep plugging away every day and keep giving it a shot and keep being a little bit different. And hopefully none of these guys get hurt. I hate to see any more injuries. Hopefully no one else gets hurt and these guys can play out these NBA playoffs without any more major injuries. Hopefully Chris Paul gets better and he's able to play Game 7 if Golden State wins today. And I believe Golden State will win today. I would just want Houston to play as competitive as possible so that we have a shot for some major fantasy points from Harden and from some of his supporting cast. If we can do that, we're going to be okay. You know, if they can do that, we're going to be okay. All right, so that's pretty much what we're looking at, guys. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. As far as guys, like I said before, MVP guys, my recommendation, in my opinion, Harden, Durant, Curry, Green, Capella, and Klay Thompson should be the best guys, or the guys that you would consider for MVP. In the star spot, I'm definitely liking Harden, Durant, Curry, Green, Capella, Thompson, Gordon, or Tucker. So as you can see, I was willing to go all the way to star and be a little different with Eric Gordon or PJ Tucker. Okay, in the pro spot, again, you can utilize Harden, Durant, Curry, Green, Capella, Thompson, Gordon, or Tucker as well. And then in the guard spot, pretty much everybody else, adding Sean Livingston and Nick Young. And in the forward position, the ones that you can consider David West, who got a little bit of time the last time, Jordan Bell, Kevin Looney, and then Gerald Green. Iguodala more than likely is out again. Hopefully not, but if he's able to play, that'll be great. And that's basically it. That is basically it. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at, guys. All right, so that's pretty much it. You know, I've had a couple people recommend a video prior to lock. I mean, it's a busy weekend for me. Today, I may be able to. If I get enough people here, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I'm in New York. You know, I am doing this little video late. I apologize for that, too, because I had to get up this morning. My son has soccer game and all that, and I have to get all that parenting stuff out of the way. So sometimes some videos are going to be a little later up on the channel, but I'm going to try to obviously do everything I can to make sure that my videos are coming consistently, you know, every day. Hopefully at around the same time every day, and maybe sometimes a little bit earlier than norm, not so much so later. But today is a little bit later. But I don't think I have anything going on tonight. If anybody wants to go over, this game starts at 9 o'clock. You know, so it's fairly late. I could do like a live stream early. I could do a live stream. I mean, like I said, I have my webcam and all that stuff set up. I could do a live stream, and that's what I did all the webcamming and all that for, is to do live streams after I build a community. So anybody interested in doing that, just comment down below and say, hey, you know, you're up for a nice live stream hour before lock, and we can discuss a little bit about what we see now after a few hours, as far as, and we can also update the injuries to Iguodala and see if he's playing or not, if that makes any change for us as far as making lineup changes there by getting Iggy in there. But we can always go over what we have what we have come to the conclusion of what are the best plays. I know there's a number of you that have been commenting and going back and forth and giving me some of the lineup ideas or some of the 1 or 2 players that they think are value plays, and that's fantastic. We can always discuss that also during the live stream. I'll be more than happy to do that. Today will not be a bad day for me. I think I can do it. So if you guys like to do that and maybe do it today, I definitely need some likes on the video, for one, and secondly, I need you to comment down below and say, hey, you know, yeah, definitely that's something that you guys will like to do. And then, you know, if I get enough interest, I will say, you know, I got quite a bit of subscribers now. Hopefully I get enough views a day. Hopefully among the viewers I can get enough likes for something like that, and some comments down below. If I can get more than 20-25 comments, that 25 individuals or more that are willing to do that, then it's worth it for me to get online later on and do a live stream and do 1 hour before lock little community chat. Okay, if that is something you want to do, again, comment down below, let me know. If I get 25 or more interested subscribers, I'll be willing to do that. You have to be subscribers though. All right, I know there's viewers that come and they look at the videos and they just keep going, and that's quite all right. Hopefully I can help them in any way, but if there is if you are subscribers, I definitely want to hear from the subscribers. Again, like the video, subscribe down below if you have not subscribed already, and of course share the video. Please talk with other people, anybody interested in DFS. If you think that my content is relevant to them and can definitely help them in any way, I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, man, God bless you guys, and you know, your boy Manny is out.